really isn't just about price, honestly. Even if they could get higher prices, the situation wouldn't
Yeah.
be solved. For a start, whatever your friends in Burgundy may say, the frost damage was not as bad as it was
Yeah.
in the Jura, which is directly to the east, by the way, and directly to the east of Burgundy across the Saône
Sorry. Yeah.
Valley. And because it's closer to the mountains, it's not higher in altitude, it's closer to the mountain. So everything is more extreme. So when they get wet weather, which everyone got this year, they get wetter weather. It rains heavier. When they get hailstorms, it's stronger hail. When they get frost, it's a deeper frost and it affects bigger areas. It's, everything is more dramatic in the Jura.
Yeah.
And in terms of prices, they've gone up a lot and they needed to. Even among the cooperatives, the prices, sure, they haven't shot up
Yeah.
in the same way as the trendy producers, but they have gone up. Sort of, I did an interview with a producer, Domaine Arat, in Albois the other day, and I'm going to forget what she said to me now because I haven't got it in front of me. I asked her to tell me about the yield that they had in 2023, which was big, and the yield they had this year, 2024. And they are a biodynamic producer, and they are of a reasonable size, 9 hectares, and they've got all of the varieties grown there. And they're long-term biodynamic, but they used to be in the local cooperative, the Albois
Yeah.
cooperative. So they were new years ago. And so last year they had an average of, I think it was 38 litres per hectare across all the varieties. It may
Yeah.
have been a bit more than that. And this year they had an average of 8 litres per hectare. Last year they harvested over 3 weeks. And they had, I think, about 30 people working for them on and off during that harvest period.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything's by hand. And this year they harvested in 6 days, and they had, or was it 4 days? And they had 6 people working for them. This isn't so, okay. So
Yeah.
last year
Yes.
was particularly big.
Good.
So okay, we need to sort of calm down. Everybody's thinking, okay, now it's going to be every other year, so the vine will recover, and surely the weather will be different, and so we won't have another frost next year. They do get very, very nervous about it, even from January. I mean, in January, I saw producers, so I was full on research. And
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of organic producers one evening who were all having a meeting, and they asked me to join them at the end to tell them about my new book. And one of them came up to me afterwards. Well, I saw him afterwards. I said, "Oh, how are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm really nervous." This was at the end of January, and he said, "I'm nervous about the spring frost." And I went, "What?" And it was a really cold night. There had been very little cold weather in January, and they were worried because the forecast was for more warm weather. And he was already stressed and panicked.